Welcome everyone. Kimberly Olson here, also known as the Goal Digger Girl, kicking off this masterclass with you. So if you've been following along, my Zoom is a little crazy, so it's going to take me a second here to be able to have control. But if you are on, I want to know that you can see me okay, that you can hear me okay, that I am coming in live. There are lots of people popping on, so I am going to go ahead and find my girl Kathy. Woohoo! Okay, I see everybody is on. That's awesome. All right, so we are going to, there she is, promote to panelists. Okay, Kathy, you're going to be joining us in a minute. I want to make sure we have her on here. There she is. Okay, I think I have to unmute you, Kathy. And you can just flip your video on and we will get you on here. Okay, guys, welcome. There you are. Hey, let me check it out. Oh, good. Hi. What's up? We did it. Just a couple of girls who don't have a lot of technical skill. We're making it happen. So, all right, we're recording. We are live. Welcome on, everyone. We had almost 600 people register for this webinar. So I know a lot of you are going to be catching the replay, which is great. We're going to throw so much content at you that the good news is we want you to take this information in today, but we will send you a replay afterwards because we both have a lot of information to share. We talk really fast, all that good stuff. So we want to welcome you on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so we can, let's see, hold on one second. We'll welcome everybody on and, oh, that's why it's not letting me do that. 1 second, everybody. Okay, here we go. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to flip over to the PowerPoint, if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, you guys tell me if you can see the PowerPoint screen. Kathy, can you see it?
I sure can.
Okay, we're in business. So welcome everyone, Selling Through Your Instagram Stories webinar. We are going to be rocking and rolling today with this content. So your presenters are obviously myself, Kimberly Olson. I'm known as the Goal Digger Girl. I'm going to introduce myself really quick and then I'll turn it over to Kathy because some of you this might be the first time you've met her or vice versa. So if you are new to me, Kimberly, drop in the chat, new to Kimberly. If you're new to Kathy, put new to Kathy. Also, we want to know, when it comes to Instagram stories, how are you feeling? Are you excited to learn this content? Are you feeling confident with how you're sharing in your stories? How often are you posting in your stories? We want to know. So put that in the comments, in the chat. I see some chat comments rolling in, so that's awesome. We're so excited to have you on and to be able to help you guys really crush it when it comes to selling on Instagram stories. So myself, I think some of you know me, but if not, I've been in network marketing for 2.5 years. I did not have a lot of success to start. I got through my warm market and I was really stuck. Can any of you relate to that? I was working full time and at the time my kids were 1 and 2.5. They're little and I couldn't travel. My husband traveled and everyone that was building around me, they were doing all these in-home person events and I just couldn't do it. So when I got through my warm market, I almost quit. And I just said, please God, just show me the way. I'm coachable. I'll do it. I want this so bad. I just want to be home with my family. And I was missing all their things, right? They were in preschool and daycare more hours than I'd like to admit. And someone tagged me in a video of a girl who was teaching how to build on social media. I started watching her videos. I became obsessed. I would learn it. I would turn around and implement it. And I started teaching other people and they were getting the results too. So I launched my brand 1.5 years ago called the Goal Digger Girl. In a short period of time, I've been able to grow my personal brand, grow my direct sales company, and I have courses and other things like that too, and I get to teach like this. So for me, the biggest success for me was Instagram. So everyone's on Facebook, and that's awesome, and I love, Facebook groups and the dynamic of the community. But when it comes to really standing out, which is what you need to do to set yourself apart from the competition and stop being that typical network marketer that's spamming everyone, you need to stand out. And Instagram to me was the way to really show who I was, to showcase my personal brand and be able to connect with people in a genuine and meaningful way. But if any of you are just like over cold messaging, you don't want to be Pamela, then this is going to be the workshop for you because we are all about building real relationships. So that's a little bit about me, and I build 100% online, and it's I've been able to build up a multiple 6-figure business. I quit my job a year ago, and I'm able to have that time freedom with my family, but also impact people like you. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Kathy. Can you share a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. So my name is Kathy Cavanis. I know I may not have met some of you online yet, so this is super exciting to get to know you and be here with you today. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm excited about this. For me, I started in network marketing about 4 years ago. I had no idea what I was doing. I was very happy on Facebook sharing pictures of my kids, catching up with friends from college, and just keeping up with family and friends from all over. I loved it right from the get-go, but I knew nothing about network marketing. So I actually fell in love with the product itself, decided to share it. We've all heard that story, right? And I came out of the gate, Pamela. You said it, Kimberly, like that was me. But pretty quickly you start to notice that your friends are no longer looking or paying attention. They're actually starting to run away. So I knew I needed something a little bit better, and it just happened to be perfect timing. My kids are a little bit older. I'm 4 kids. And as they got to be teenagers and Instagram was up and coming, they were on Instagram and Snapchat and a whole different world outside of Facebook. So that's kind of when I jumped in. I jumped in to kind of keep up with my kids. I believe the best way to communicate with them is to communicate in a way that they communicate, and they were communicating on Snapchat and Instagram. So I hopped on, and I've been there ever since. Instagram, to me, if you know anything about me, I always say it's all about the view. I love the view. Well, Instagram is just that. Instagram is a view of everything. It was like the best part of Facebook to me. It was getting to see people's families and their pictures and what they were up to. So right away, I fell in love with the platform, you guys. And what I learned was I saw people doing attraction marketing, which felt so much more authentic to me. It felt more real to me. It did not have that spammy feel where I was trying to sell my friends. I was simply talking about what I loved, what I was up to, and the benefits that I was feeling, the lifestyle I was living in an authentic way. So very quickly, I loved doing that. And what I found was I was even more passionate about showing others how to do it as well. Because let's face it, Instagram can be intimidating, you guys, especially if you're older like I am, you're a mom, and you're learning how to do it and grow a business at the same time. So I have really enjoyed being able to pass on what I have learned, doing some coaching, doing some courses, and I'm excited about sharing all of that with you because I can see a real difference in my business. I can see a real difference in the connections that I'm making, and I love that I'm able to do it in an authentic way that doesn't feel icky anymore. So that has been super fun, and that's why I'm out there on Instagram and showing others how to do it too.
That's awesome. Your Instagram, I am obsessed. So if any of you have seen any of my other webinars on Instagram, I'm always showing your page, Kathy. So which brings us to the question, why do you need to sell through your stories, right? So a lot of times people don't realize is that when you are posting on your stories, that's just half the battle. You know, a lot of times people think, oh, good, I'm posting on my stories, I'm doing it, which is great. Like, we're so happy that you're showing up. The benefit of that is that when you're actively posting in your stories, it raises your algorithm. That's just like kind of the score of your account. So the higher your algorithm, you're favored by the algorithm. When you do post things to your feed, you're more likely to get your content pushed out in front of your audience, which is the name of the game, right? The more eyeballs on your stuff, the more time people are spending on your account, digesting your content, you're building that relationship with them without even realizing it. So when it comes to your stories, the first part is just posting. So if you're just doing that, that's awesome. In the chat, why don't you drop how many times a day you're posting? I know we asked before, but for those that are just hopping on, how many times per day are you posting on your Instagram stories? So some of you might have Facebook down. Today, we're specifically talking about Instagram. The cool thing is that you can use what we're going to teach you today on Facebook. So if you're just like, Kimberly and Kathy, K squared is what we're going to call ourselves today. K squared. If you're just like, girls, you guys are like next level, I'm so intimidated. we're going to break down that intimidation for you today. We're letting you guys in, like we're sharing our screen. We're showing you how we build our stories out, but you can use this on Facebook too. Okay. I like to create on Instagram even and save and share to Facebook, but what we teach you today, you can transfer it over there. So I want to know in the chat how many times per day you're posting and where. Are you posting on Facebook and Instagram, or just Facebook or just Instagram? Okay, my guess is most of you've got Facebook down and you're traveling over to Instagram. So why you need to sell through your stories is because it's not enough just to post. If you're just posting to post, that's great that you're there and that little circle will be showing at the top and people will click that button. But when you are actually creating a situation where you're selling, what we're trying to do is, like Kathy said, is we want to be genuine. We want to create conversations with people. We're going to teach you how to do that today. If you can create conversations with people who have raised their hand and said, hey, I'd like to know more about what you're talking about. Wouldn't that be neat if all day long, all you were doing was fielding questions from people or noticing people were interacting with your story, and you could say, hey, I saw you commented or voted on my poll, or they sent you a message, and that's all you did all day was interact with people who were showing interest in your stuff. I mean, it's a game changer. It's actually fun to work on your business that way. So it's not enough just to post. You have to strategically post so you can get results, because otherwise you're just posting to post, and that's really just kind of a waste of your time. And her and I are two of the busiest people I've ever met. There's been times when I'm like, Kathy, you need to like let some go, girl. You got way too much going on, but we just somehow make it happen. So we are the type of people, we don't have time to be inefficient. We have to get in and get out, and we're going to show you how to do that today. So follow this three-step story selling sequence. So I'm gonna go through the first step, and Kathy's gonna go through the second step. But what I want to just ask Kathy, when you think about story selling sequence, can you explain what that is versus just a standalone post versus a sequence with everyone?
So for me, what I do in that sequence is, I think a lot of times we get comfortable just posting like a static image, just plopping an image in there.
Yeah.
And with this, what you're actually doing is kind of building a sequence in that you're adding something of value that's going to create a conversation so that you can take it further from there. It's not just one post that kind of lives and dies in 24 hours. You're going to use the features and the bells and whistles to create a conversation that continues outside of your story, outside of just that 24-hour period. So that's kind of how I piece it together so that it goes a little bit further than just those 24 hours. Okay.
I love that so much. And one of the things in the chat, we're getting a lot of people have Facebook down, but they're new to Instagram. And let me pop our little video over here. I'm not sure if people can see us. So one of the things that I saw just now, and Instagram's kind of new for some of you. Just remember, these same principles will apply over there on Facebook as well. But one of the challenges I hear from people is, one girl said to me, I'm at home all day, and how do I make tea exciting? Okay. So when I think about, this is what I want to encourage you. It's called inspired action, but you'll get this little idea. Like, for example, it could be peppermint oil. Okay. Like Elise was sick last week, and I went to get the peppermint oil out because I'm just a total tree hugger behind the scenes. No one knows it. Total tree hugger over here. So I whip out my little oils. And I was like, oh my gosh, I should share this little trick with people and why it's important, right? You get this little nudge throughout your day of little things around you. And what we do is we go, that's boring. Nobody's going to want to know about my peppermint oil. That little nudge is actually inspired action. It's telling you, go with it, run with it. So what I do is I'll either do it right then, or I have a little notepad app and I just jot down like what I want to say. What I want you to think to yourself is, let's say you were making tea. I want you to talk to people. Why? Have you kicked the coffee habit? Is it because you found that there's antioxidants in the tea that you love? Or is it something about having that warm cup of coffee or warm cup of tea in your hands that just makes you feel like you have some self-care for yourself? Or is it, maybe there's something about that mug that you love. So maybe you take a picture with a saying on it. Like, I love this mug because when I see Girl Boss, it reminds me that I am creating my empire today. I mean, you're at home with your freaking tea, but you can inspire people with that little quote on your tea mug. So yeah, You have to push yourself. You can't be lazy with this. This is going to take you thinking it through. But once you get the hang of it, you'll start to view your day differently. And I heard this, I think it was from Diane Hockman. It was a really great quote. Your ordinary is extraordinary to other people. Okay. Your ordinary is extraordinary to other people. Most of Kathy's stuff on her Instagram is at her house outside, right? Is mostly in your backyard.
It's actually my front yard. I like live in my front yard. I know.
Your neighbors are like, what's she doing? Yeah. Yesterday UPS rolled up and I was right in front of the window for something I was recording, and I had my big light and he could see clear as day. He was probably like, what is this chick doing? It was like 3:00. He's probably like, I don't know what she's doing, but it's fine. Whatever. So the thing is, if I'm loving Kathy's content on Instagram and she's hanging out at her house in her front yard, that means every single one of you watching this can create that same experience through your stories and on your Instagram that we can. We're not any different. We're not doing anything magical. We're not even going anywhere. We're like stay-at-home moms, okay? So when you think about a sequence, I want you to think, instead of just random stuff all day, like, ooh, drink some water. Oh, get in the mail. Like, I want you to tell a story with it. You know, could you do some video with it? Could you have multiple slides, which we're going to show you how to do today. So that was well said, Kathy, right on the money. Okay, so we can get this to go. Okay. Yeah. First step. So we've got 3 steps for you today. Okay. You guys ready? If you're ready, drop in the chat. I am ready. Put some fire. I'm ready. Let's crush it. You guys are going to see our secrets right now. This is literally what we do. Okay. Everyone's saying they are ready and they are pumped. Okay. Awesome. So the first thing we want to do is we want to lay the groundwork. Okay. What do we mean by this? So when we lay the groundwork, what you want to remember is that if you, let's just say you are with a health and wellness company, that's the examples we're going to share today. You can do this with beauty. You can do this with anything. And actually, we have an example with the earrings, which will lead into beauty and how it's about dropping, you know, other things too, not just your product. But you can use this for any niche, okay? It could be travel. It doesn't even have to be a product. What you want to do with laying the groundwork is you can't just post something like, hey, want to know my magical water and how I'm actually 85 years old and look at my skin. Like, I'm not, but I should totally like pretend I am. But if you just go in guns blazing, it can come off a little disingenuous to people. And it also, they're like, it's out in left field. So they're like, wait, what is this? But if you start to share non-selling stories and lay the groundwork, you start to shape this image of yourself where people associate your niche with you. So for me, I'm in health and wellness. So I want to associate health and wellness stuff with me. If you are in beauty, then you want to associate beauty stuff with you. And that way, when you promote product stuff, which we're going to teach you, it doesn't come out spammy or salesy to people. Okay. So you want to share non-selling stories within your niche. You want to track who views your stories and reciprocate. So, and I'll show you guys some examples of, if I can figure out how, I'm going to show you guys some examples of non-salesy, like laying the groundwork type stuff. Here we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted to show you guys. Okay, I'll show, oh, here it is. Okay, I'll show it to you guys in a second. Okay, so basically, for example, for sharing the non-selling stories would be, for me in health and wellness, it could be, I'm out with my girlfriends and I take a picture of the salad I'm having. I actually did this on Friday. We went out to dinner and I said, do you prefer a salad or appetizer for dinner? That has nothing to do with my product. I'm not going to say, well, take these capsules before and drop 10 pounds. Like, I wasn't selling anything, but people voted and they said salad and appetizer. So they start to think of Kimberly and healthy food, right? And then it might be me going for a walk with the girls and I'll say something like, do you prefer to walk outside or do you like a treadmill? And so then they associate walking outside, being active with Kimberly. It has nothing to do with fitness products, right? So anything you can think of that's non-selling, I want you to work that into your stories and look for ways throughout the day to add that stuff into your stories, and that just builds up your credibility, okay? If that's making sense, say it's making sense. Okay, second thing is track who views your stories and reciprocate. So tracking who views your stories. So I do Trello. I know some people will do notebooks. You can use spreadsheets, whatever you want. But what I like to do is I like to write down everybody who views my stories. So I check once a day because 24 hours later, the stories are done, right? you can put them in your highlights, but as far as seeing everything. So what I like to do is once a day. I usually do it at night. If you guys, any of you know me, it's like midnight, 1 a.m. and I'm like, hey, Kathy, that's why we get along so well. We're like, oh wow, we should probably go to bed. So what I do is that when my house is quiet, messengers calm down, I hop onto stories and I'll look at the names. And I know people, like I'm really in tune and connect with people that I can recognize names. If not, I just look at my Trello really quick and I'll drop their name on Trello and I'll say viewed story on, weight loss, whatever. I'll put a little comment so I know I have some context there. What I do though, before I reach out to them is, and it could just be them viewing my stories in general, I'll go to their stories. I go to their profile and I comment on their stuff. Erin Gargan King is one of my, I think she's the coolest person ever. I've heard her speak twice this year. She agreed to let me have her do a webinar next month. Why? Because I've been stalking that girl. I've been resharing her stories. I've been commenting on her stuff. I posted her book. You want to treat your prospects like Erin Gargan King. And if you don't know who she is, don't worry. We'll talk about her later. But she's amazing. So you want to think of your prospects that you want your prospects to feel special. You want them to be like, wow, who's this Kimberly girl? Like she's digging my stuff. Because most people don't really comment or pay attention to people's Instagram stuff because it's such a crowded place. So when people show love to you, you reciprocate back before you ask anything, okay? So I like to do that a couple times, enough where I start to get to know them. Like, do they always talk about their kids or their dog? Or like, I feel like I have something in common with them. I will track that and I'll reciprocate that before I take it to Messenger, which we'll get to in another step, okay? Also, the last step to laying the groundwork is to mix in other types of content. Sometimes, like I'll give you an example, Color Street Nails. I love Color Street Nails. I'm a customer. Big fan. One of the other days, the girl's like, girl, where's your Color Street? I'm like, don't judge me. So I just forgot to put them on. I'm going to go do that right after this webinar. But sometimes on Instagram, I will see Color Street people, they're just posting about their Color Street nails, or the Tori Bell lashes. That's another one. So if we've got any lash girls on here or nail girls, anyone in your niche, right? It could be shampoo. My advice to you is to look at your profile and ask yourself, do I look like a sales rep from that company, or do I look like me? And you don't want to be a sales rep from a company, because if you promote something like that way, people expect you to be salesy about it because you work for the company. But if it's you and you're genuinely like, I love these nails, oh my gosh, but you've also shared all this other stuff about yourself, that becomes genuine to them. So you want it to be where the question I get a lot is people go, what company are you with? They have no idea what company I'm with because there's so much on my feed that is not anything to do with my company. So that's your goal. So if you have a product or a service and you feel like, oh man, that's all I've been posting about, I want to challenge you to mix in other types of content. Selfies, which Kathy's the queen of selfies. That's where I legit, like if I finally, after like 30 shots, I finally get a pose, I'll send it to Kathy. I'm like, is this okay? Because she's like the queen. So if you don't know how to make your selfies look good, that was the biggest thing that changed my Instagram, is once I got comfortable taking selfies. So you've got to get that down. You have to be confident with your selfies. Sometimes it's filters, it's presets, which we'll talk about that later. Inspiration. So if you're in direct sales, network marketing, you want to be a coach, or you are a coach, or you want to create courses, you need to be someone other people want to be around. Is your content inspiring? You know, could you tell a little story in your video clips? Could you post some quotes from Pinterest? What are some inspirational things you can infuse into your account? And then family, right? So if you're a pet mom or a dog mom, or you have kids or whatever, right? Share that stuff about your spouse and your family and the things that you're doing, so people get to know you. People buy from those they know, like, and trust. The fastest way to build that up is through the type of content you share. And I know it's hard because it seems so you're exposed. Like my husband's like, oh, I'm on Instagram. I'm like, no, because I always post so much personal stuff that I know he's just like, did you really just post that? And I'm like, dude, it's part of my job. I have to. So now he's just gotten over it. But I was like mortified when I found out he had an Instagram account. And now I'm just like, oh, please, I hope he doesn't see it, but it's fine. So the more I share about my family, people feel like they know me. And so whenever I share anything about the girls, I get messages. They're like, oh, I hope Elise is feeling better. Like, people know my kids' names, right? So there's nothing weird about that. It's nothing scary. It's actually really awesome because I feel like I know my people. Okay. So I encourage you, don't have your account on private. have it on public. If you need a private one, have 2 accounts. The private one can be like, you know, you gave birth and you don't want people to see that, or your baby's first steps, or just that private stuff, that's fine. But if you're going to build your business on social media and really crush Instagram, which is the fastest growing social media platform, then you need to have your account on public, and you need to be okay with sharing that personal stuff, and you'll get the hang of it. So I'll keep an eye on the chat and see if we have any questions there. And I'm going to pop this over one more slide for you, Kathy. Okay, Kathy, can you drop some fire with creating curiosity with engagement?
Oh my gosh, yes. So this is one of my favorite things about Instagram. And like Kimberly said, it is the fastest growing. What I have seen just over this short amount of time, even in the last year, Instagram is up to 1 billion users, active users every day, at least 1 billion and growing. It is third to only Facebook and YouTube, but it is coming in hot, you guys. Mm-hmm. And what I love about it is when stories first started, it used to be something that you would use stories to draw people into your feed, to read your actual content, to see what you were posting on your wall. It has grown so fast that it's actually doing a flip now, where people are using their post on their wall to draw you to pay attention to their stories. Those stories are being eaten up like live contact every day. Everybody loves to click through them and watch. So you can have a huge audience in your stories of people who may or may not even see your content on your page. Stories are incredible. So what I love about the stories is they're there for 24 hours, but they literally start conversations. So if you are a fan of attraction marketing like I am, there are so many bells and whistles that you can use in your stories to get the attention and stop the scroll and engage with your viewers. And that's what you want to do, right? You want to engage and you want to start conversations. So like Kimberly said, you're getting to know the people that are interacting with you. And this is a great way to do it. So if you'll look on the slide, there are so many things that you can do. You can do a poll. You can do a quiz. These are all features that Instagram offers for you to be able to engage with your audience. Ask a question. People will give you answers specifically. And you are building up stories with multiple posts. So if you look at the first one, it says that shake though. And you'll see I put a question in there. So really the answer that they're giving me is how I'm going to start that conversation. I'm going to keep track with who's interacting. I think I can even do a screen share here and show you a couple specifics.
Okay. Let me stop my share.
Okay.
Let me see. I think I have to make you co-host. Yes, and let me make you a co-host. Okay, you should see a share button now.
Okay. See a share button. I'm going to go into my photo album and share a couple with you. So how cute is that face? I love it. But this is really simple. There's a cup in her hand. She's talking about an afternoon pick-me-up. You'll notice she's not mentioning the product. She's not mentioning there's no labels. It is truly just, you can see the look on her face. She's got energy. Everything about pictures to me is in the view and what I see. So the one thing I do love about selfies is that you're portraying a feeling to me. And this absolutely says energy. She's talking about her afternoon pick-me-up. She says she ditched the coffee. It's the perfect thing to get me to ask, well, what are you doing? Right? I'm going to start the conversation and say, well, what are you doing? And I love that about this post. So you can very simply show your energy, even though it's a still picture. I think, Kimberly, you do a great job with lives and IGTV, and you could load them to your stories and really show them. But even through a static picture, you can kind of draw somebody's eye just with your energy that you're conveying and kind of send a message that's going to make them want to ask for more information. Here's another one. I love this one, which is great. There's a quiz here that's going to show you to pick one of those. Do you want to know how I can't even read it without my glasses, but it creates curiosity. It's asking you, do you want to know how I did it? And it's giving you some options, and people will interact with that. Same thing for me. I said, do you want to know how I got rid of that mama pooch? Well, how many of my friends talk about their mommy pooch? That's something they can relate to, something they can identify with, and definitely creating curiosity as to how I got rid of mine. And I love that about it. And stories are super simple. You can do a poll. You know, I'll put on my glasses so I make sure I'm saying this correctly. But if you have some weight to lose, you can vote. That one click touch of a poll, of being able to say, doesn't everyone, or I just want to tone up. It's a simple click that people scrolling by or passing through will click on it because it's simple. And that's really why I love the stories. It's simple interaction. They don't have to PM me. They don't have to DM me. They don't have to type a message to me. They don't have to comment. They can simply click and pick an answer. This one was about incentive trips. You guys, how interesting is it? It doesn't matter which place they pick, but wouldn't you like to know who's watching your stories that is interested in travel?
Yeah.
That wants to go places. That to me is a great way to use in your business to see who might be interested in the freedom of travel, the opportunity to get out and do things, that you can open up that conversation. So that's a great one too. We talked about this one with the shake. What's your morning routine? I want to know who my coffee drinkers are. I want to know who my shake people are. I think this one, I was actually doing a sample. So if they said they did a shake, I offered them a sample. If they said they did nothing, that was my opportunity to talk to them about starting a morning routine. If they did coffee, I could talk to them about alternatives for coffee. It was really great, or even energy. So there's lots of ways, I think, to create interest, to create conversations that are going to help you grow your business right from your stories by generating that interest. And that to me is what it's all about. I mix those in with all of my other stories. For me, kind of like you said, Kimberly, that know, like, and trust factor is huge. A lot of my friends, this is how you can tell if you're getting your know, like, trust factor across correctly. You'll see even on your stories, because what you introduce to people in your post, in your lifestyle, if they start sharing that stuff with you, like if you know anything about me, I love animals, I have pets, I have chickens. Okay, so that's like one of my things. I have chickens in my backyard. That's why I'm in the front yard a lot. But you'll see people tag me in chicken post all the time because they know me. They know, they might tag me in sports, youth sports stuff, articles about great coaches or great programs, because I am so interested in my kids' sports. So you will start to see, as you portray your lifestyle and people get to know you, that if it's working, they're going to be tagging you in stuff that you can relate to or that they can relate to as well. And you can do that all through your stories. The more relatable you are, the more they know, like, and trust you, so that when you do a curiosity post, they really do want to know what you're doing, whether it's your earrings or your makeup, or a shake in the cup that you have on your morning walk. They're going to see that and they're going to want to know what you're doing. So I think that's the great thing about it. And using the features they give you makes it a really easy way for them to interact right back with you, which creates the conversation. It's perfect.
It is perfect. That's amazing. Okay, I'm going to share a couple more. So this goes with what you just said. Let's pop our little screen over here. So can you see the curiosity post? The folder?
I see the folder.
Cool. Okay, so, and some of you had some random questions, so if we have time, we'll answer those at the end. So I want to show you guys 2 examples of our last tip for this component was to build a story with multiple slides. If you can do something like this, again, you're getting people to go from story to story to story. You want to get them used to, like, for whenever I stumble on yours, Kathy, I look at every story. I don't just like, oh, it's Kathy, and I pop off. I'm like, oh, I want to see what she posted. So I have people who view my stories every single day, and then randomly they will reach out sometimes if I haven't reached out to them, and they're like, hey, what is it why are you so happy? I want some. And I'm like, what? Like, they don't even know what it is. So if you can build stories with multiple slides, it gives your account more depth, and it gives people time to process what you're sharing versus like drive by. Okay. So I just posted this last night, actually. Here's a product related one. So I encourage you, your homework is to make a list of all of your product or service, all the pain points, okay? And then I want you to rotate through those pain points. So in a day, you're just gonna address one of them, okay? So if you are in health and wellness, it's pretty easy, right? People don't have enough energy, they're tired, bloated, digestion, inflammation, immune system, weight, toning up, ability to work, I mean, it goes on and on. Hair care, someone said an example of hair care. I used to be with a hair care company. And so with Curiosity Post, if you want to build a story around that, great example would be you could wake up with, have a picture of your face. Like Kathy said, this is why selfies, you've got to get the selfies down. It's everything. So you have this look kind of like, right? You know, oh boy, you know, woke up, don't have any time to do my hair. That's your first slide. And then the next one is a picture of your dry shampoo, but you don't have, people can't see the name of it because you don't want them to go Google it or go on eBay and buy it illegally, that you want them to talk to you. So you've got a picture of it. You're like, oh, got my dry shampoo to the rescue. So you're showing it, spraying it. Maybe you do a boomerang. And then the next slide says, it's been 5 days since I washed my hair. Want to know how? And then you have a question, and then people can just answer the question, or you can do a poll. And let's just be serious. Every mom in America and around the world is like, get me another day. Just give me one. Do you know how much dry shampoo is in my hair right now? It's kind of crazy. This volume is not natural. It's from dry shampoo. So you can do this with anything. So here's one for kind of more just being active and, you know, just you'll see. So almost a year ago, I wish to be more active with Addison and Elise. Old running injuries kept me on the sidelines, okay? So the pain point is I can't run, right? Which for anyone who's been active, it's depressing. I don't want to make any medical claims, so I'm just painting the story. So everything here is me active, okay? See, I'm fishing with my children, right? Like every mom, most moms sit on the couch and they watch Desperate Housewives. Like we want to speak to those moms, right? But I refused to give up, and I kept trying to find a solution. So I'm being relatable. And now, and you can see me being active, doing different things. Do you know how many people wish they could like go bike riding in some place with their husband? Lots of moms do, right? They want to go and, you know, do things with their kids or be active and play golf. And then it says, I'm running again in such a different mom. It's actually a video with like a little boomerang. And then it says, want to know how I did it. So on Instagram, the cool thing is and if you didn't know this, you want to be using the question feature. It's where the stickers are. If you put this on here and people type, it goes and it tells you what their responses are. So if they say, want to know how I did it, someone's like, yeah, I've had to give up exercise, or yeah, I hurt my back, or yes, I wish I was more active, or I've got some weight to lose. It's kind of a blank slate. It lets them pick whatever they want. Okay, so I wanted to show that to you. And then I wanted to show you a business one really quick. So this one says, do you love what you do for a living? Yes or no. I used to work 50 plus hours a week, and I miss my baby's first steps. Pain point. All the moms that are in corporate America or working miss their kids' stuff. You just do, right? So I think these are out of order. Hold on. So maybe not. Okay. Oh yeah, here's the second one. Okay, I was like, that didn't make any sense. Please hold while my computer figures out what it's doing. Oh, I broke it. Okay. Okay, here's the second one. So are you making $500 a month currently online? Now, yes, or I wish. It's a pull feature, right? So instantly anyone who engages is a prospect because they're engaging with the fact that, oh, I could make some money online. So then I talk about my team, sisterhood, all that stuff. So this is just from my team. I started looking for an out, and I found this amazing group of people who showed me how to make money online. So people see friendship, sisterhood, team. A lot of moms are at home and have no communication with other humans. So here's your invitation. Would you like to be a fly in the wall at our next team meeting? Yes. P.S. You can show up in your pajamas. What do you have to lose? Nothing. Tell me more. What is it? And then there's a little reminder thing you can put on there. And then this is going into a couple of yours, Kathy. But you see how I built a story around it to ask questions. That was all in a row. I would post all of those stories in a row to engage, to get them thinking about it, to instead of just, hey, want to make some extra money? You guys see the difference there? We want to build a story around it, okay? So I challenge you to push yourself creatively to be able to do that. So I like this. I just want to show this real quick because Kathy's in health and wellness, but she's also has a lifestyle type Instagram account. If you guys haven't, hop on over to her Instagram. Oh, hold on, this one right here. This is her Instagram. Go follow her. It is Kathy_Cavanis is her URL, or if you just pull up the Instagram, check her Kathy, she'll show up. And you guys can see her page is absolutely gorgeous. She's like totally my role model. And this is obviously on the computer. It's different on the grid, but it just looks so, so awesome. So she's got more of a lifestyle look to it. But the reason why I wanted to show this picture to you is because she says, feeling cute, might be the earrings, I don't know. She tags someone in it. But when people see her dropping other things she loves, when she drops something that's related to her company, it's more genuine. Okay, so I wanted to show that really quick, and I think we looked at the other ones together. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our lovely PowerPoint, and we are gonna go to screen 2, and we're gonna click on through because we've got all the things we need to make this happen, right? Did it work?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. Yay. Last step is to take it to Messenger. Okay. So within 24 hours, reach out to your hot leads first. Hot leads are the ones that comment on your poll, answer your quiz, answer the question, all the things that we just talked about. Okay. Those are your hot leads. So right away, you got to check it within 24 hours. Because if you take the time to make an amazing post, who's guilty? Put guilty in the comments. If you've ever done a great poll and you forgot to check it, I am guilty. 24 hours went by and I'm like, no, you swipe up on that post within 24 hours, you can see who voted on it. You can see their vote. It's awesome. Okay. Now, all the people who viewed it that didn't vote, I would still interact with those people. Okay. So within 24 hours, reach out to those hot leads first. Focus on their pain point and share how your product or opportunity solved your issue. So for example, the one we had that said, do you have weight to lose or you want to tone up? I was surprised, but most people pick tone up. I thought everybody would pick weight loss.
I saw that.
Yeah. I was surprised 90% said tone up. I was like, what? So when I reached out to those people, I said, hey, I saw you voted on my poll, totally can relate to the toning up. It took me forever to lose the last 10 pounds of baby weight. My child was 3. I was carrying that 10 pounds around for 3 years. And I finally found something. I didn't change my diet or my workout routine. I'd love to share it with you. If you want to know, let me know. Super nonchalant, not pushy, anything like that. Remember, they chose to click your story and engage with you. So the resistance is down. You're not spamming them. You're not bothering them. You should feel really good about the energy of the conversation and ask if they want more information. And that's it. Now, once you've interacted with them, they are in your funnel follow-up system now. So you need to be organized. Reach back out to them when there's a new product, or we have Black Friday right around the corner, depending on when you're watching this. There's different reasons to reach back out to them. Maybe you're hosting an online event. You want to invite them. Have them be a part in that funnel for your follow-up, but just keep it real nonchalant, super laid back, and you are going to be shocked at the amount of people who are like, sure, I'd love more information. And that's what's the key of it, is that by doing it this way, it changes your whole business. It's actually fun. It doesn't feel like you're annoying anyone. Like, I'm sure you can agree, Kathy, like energetically, it's just such a difference. Okay. So now, guys, we don't have a choice on whether we do social media. The question is how well we do it. So we hope that we have helped you, and we'll take a look at the chat in a second, with giving you some practical tools to get started. Kathy's going to go over something special that she's putting together just for you guys, because I said, hey, I'd love to offer something to them that if they like this content, they can keep the conversation going. So I'll let you kind of talk through it, Kathy, and share with everyone what we have for them, and just let me know if you need me to go to the next slide.
Absolutely. So one of the questions I always get is about the pictures on my Instagram feed. You guys, people ask me all the time, like, what do you just have a photographer that walks around with you? And I promise you, I don't. 9 times out of 10, it is me and my cell phone and finding a creative way to get those pictures in. So what I decided to do, and I'm going to offer this to you guys are getting it first out of the gate. I am calling it the Funtography course that I am going to be rolling out today. So I'm really pumped about it. But I'm going to show you all the tips and the tricks and all the things that I have learned over these years about how to take your own photos, your own selfies, without having to use a pro and still looking like a pro. So it's going to be super fun. We're going to go over, there are 7 modules in the course, you guys. You're going to get things about not only how to do it, but why it matters. Why is it important to get your face out there, to have professional looking photos without having to invest in that right away. We're going to talk about how to do it hands-free. I call that the look ma, no hands, no hands, you know. Just like when you were a kid riding your bike, it is fun to be hands-free, and that's how you can give your photos the look that's going to stop everybody's scroll and grab their attention because it's going to capture your personality. We'll talk about things in module 3, like location. You guys, it is location, 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 right? We'll talk about lighting. We're going to talk about clothing, hair, makeup. You've got to have that look, at least to where you're feeling confident and comfortable in front of the camera. That always helps. And then one of the modules, module 6, is my favorite. I called it Strike a Pose. You guys, this is going to be all the tips and tricks I know about how to shape your body, to use your body, your shoulders, your hips, how to get it so that you feel more comfortable in front of the camera. Like, how many times have I been in a picture where I'm like, ooh, my hands are awkward. No. So that we're going to go over that. I'm going to show you what has been working for me and how I kind of found my confidence for a girl who never liked to be in front of the camera. And then the final module is going to be on that photo finish. You guys, it's so important to create the look and the feel. There is not a professional photographer out there who doesn't edit their pictures when they get home from a photo shoot. So what we're going to go over is how to crop it, creative ways that you can add things like presets. Presets are my favorite. Some fun filters and things that you can do once you've taken those photos that are going to step up your game on social media and make you feel a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera instead of just behind the camera, which is so important. So I love that. I can't wait to get it in your hands. It's a total of $679 value, and today we're going to offer it to you at a special price for those first 36 hours. But I'm going to throw in some extras too. So you guys can see the before and afters. I love, like I said, I love Lightroom presets. I have been designing my own presets now for over a year. I fell in love with them from the get-go, not to change the outlook of the photo, or, you know, it's not gonna fix a blemish on my face, but it's going to give my photographs a certain feel. It's going to pull out certain colors. It's going to give it a certain look. I love a soft look. Some people love a color pop. I love Vanette's. She loves to pull in that blue color and really give it that pop. But there's a lot that you can do with presets that are gonna step up your game a little bit and lighten it away. So the bonus that I'm throwing in, the first bonus, is 2 of my classics. I call them my classics because Class and Sass was the first preset I ever made, and it is absolutely my favorite. My second was Earth and Sun, and I've been using that this fall. I absolutely love it. It's a one-click touch where you load in the photo that you love, you click on the preset, and it brightens it, lightens it, and changes the whole feel. So I'm going to throw in 2 of those to go with the 7 modules in your course about photography. And those are going to be awesome. You can use them seasonally or every day. And then I'm going to throw in a second for free as well. Another 2 that are fun for the season. These are 2 of my fall presets. I call them Fallen in Love and the Autumn Edge. It really kind of changes the outlook. You guys can use these for outdoor photos, indoor photos, kind of play around with them and have some fun. I'm going to include those in the course to bring the total up to $879, if I'm reading that correctly. Here's another before and after. Stephanie's I love. So you guys can see the same picture where she's applied the preset on the right. You can see the highlights in her hair. It really brings out her eyes. Her skin is absolutely beautiful anyway, but this gives the whole photograph a whole soft outlook that I just love the way it pops the color. So, and it does add consistency to your page. Once you get through 3 or 6 or 9 pictures, you're going to start to see the look of your Instagram have a feel that you love, and it's consistent no matter where you take the pictures. So that's a real bonus too. And then my third bonus for you guys, oh my gosh, when I started Instagram, I had no idea what hashtags could do. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. My first hashtag was, I found my jorts. If you guys don't know what jorts are, they are jean cutoff shorts. Like I thought hashtags were just to be cute and funny, and I found my jorts. So I didn't know a thing about it, especially when it came to growing a business. So I've created this hashtag cheat sheet for you. It's going to give you hashtags to choose from, why you choose them, what categories they fall in, the things they can do for you, and even suggested hashtags that you can choose to put throughout your posts that are going to help grow your influence and create some connection for you. So that's coming in as a freebie as well. So I'm really excited about it. You're going to get all 7 modules plus the 3 bonuses. That's going to give you a total of 4 presets and the hashtag cheat sheet for free. It's a total of $1,010 in value. And typically I would offer this at a $197 value, but for you guys are getting in early. I am going to give it to you for the next 36 hours for $97. So I'm really excited about that. You can do 2 payments as well of $55 if that's easier for you. But I know that this is really going to help you. Selfies can be so important when you're posting on social media. You're going to have lifetime access to it. You're going to be able to go through it at your own pace, so you can take your time or you can speed through it right away. But this is going to create some more draw to your page, help you in attraction marketing, give you that consistency. And most importantly, I posted about this on my Facebook blog today. You guys, when you're taking pictures of yourself, I know so many moms shy away from the camera. We can't get out of our own way. We step to the back in a crowd. This is really going to help give you the confidence and the firepower that you need to be in front of the camera so that you can take your own pictures, feel confident about it, and use it to grow your business, because you're going to show your energy, your smile, and what you're all about, which is so important when you're growing a business on social media. You want your friends to see you in an authentic way that you feel comfortable and confident in front of the camera. And that's what it's all about. So I am super excited about this. I think I have gone over everything. Did I forget anything, Kimberly? Kick me if I did. But I'm going to get you guys the link. We'll get you the link so that you can click on that. And there you go. So it is super easily. It is on bit.ly, bit.ly. /photography. You guys can jump in today. Like I said, for the next 36 hours, we're going to offer it at $97, and you'll have lifetime access to it. That course is going to be loading in there soon, and I can't wait for you to get your hands on it. It really, over these last 4 years, I will have to post for you later today. You guys will laugh at my first selfie compared to the ones that I'm taking now. What a difference. And as soon as you guys click into the photography course and grab your package, the first thing I want you to do after that is take a selfie, because you're going to be so amazed at the before selfie and then the after selfie once you finish the course. So I can't wait to see you guys there. This is going to be fun.
Yes. Okay. I have feedback. Ooh. Can you hear that?
Nope.
Can you guys hear feedback? I'm curious. I'll have to watch the replay to see. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my page and your page really quick to finish. So I want to show you guys, Kathy's helped me with mine. So share screen 1. Okay, so you guys can see hers. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's on the computer, so it's a little different than your phone. Someone asked earlier about phone or desktop. Your stories needs to be from your phone. That's a good question. So this is actually when I first, it's so funny because I remember finding your page, Kathy. Oh, someone told me, go check out Kathy's page. I didn't know you yet. And I started becoming obsessed. And so then you friend requested me or something on Facebook. I'm like, the Kathy Cavanis friend requested me. And then you messaged me and you're like, I love your stuff. And I was like, what? This is a match made in heaven. But look at my page. Okay, so here is without a filter. You guys see this? I accidentally didn't put a filter on this yesterday because it's on IGTV. But here's this. It's not bad. I used Zoom and stuff, so the lighting's pretty good. But look at the difference. Like there's my preset. So I look tan. I look, you know, to me, it makes me look healthier when I have a tan. But it softens my hair. It kind of makes it like kind of an orangey rose goldy look to it. But look at how consistent it is. So when people come to my page, I get messages all the time of, I love the look of your page, and not just the layout and how it's kind of funky, but like once I started using presets, I just click of a button, all of my images look the same. That's what a preset is, instead of like, oh, I need to lighten it, or, ooh, you know, it just gives it just kind of this, you can choose, and Kathy can, you know, you can see with the different presets, it's able to draw that out. So I just wanted to kind of show you what the look that you end up getting is. You start to create a brand, a personal brand around you. And when you start to be consistent like that, you become more memorable to people, but also you elevate your credibility and your influence and authority, which is what you want, because that helps you recruit more business builders too. Okay, anyway, so I just want to show that really quick. So you guys go to that page, bit.ly/photography. That's only going to be available for 36 hours. You guys are, it's like pre-launch right now. No one else knows about this. I asked her if we could do something special when we coordinated this together. And so she said, perfect timing. I've got something that's really going to help people. Everyone is saying thank you. If you just joined on late, as long as you registered for this Zoom, which if you're on here, you did, an email will be sent out to the email that you registered with us probably sometime today. We will have, Kathy promised her first selfie, so we will have that in there. We will have the replay of this Zoom, so you can go through it again and take some more notes. And we'll also have the link to grab her course. If you are just kind of driving right now and you couldn't jot it down, we'll have that for you guys, but make sure you grab it, because at $97, it's $1,000 value. I can tell you right now that that price isn't going to stay, because I'm going to make her not make it stay after that, because that's ridiculous. Or you can just split the payment, 2 payments of $55. It's a no-brainer. I mean, you get one thing from her course and start to feel more confident. You're going to attract more people to you. So thanks for doing that, Kathy. That's awesome. You're so amazing. I'm so excited. Okay. Well, everyone, thank you for being on. We have to wrap it up because we promised we would keep it to no longer than an hour. So I appreciate it that you all could be on today, and it was fun to do this. So I think we need a repeat, Kathy, because this was fun.
I think so. This was fun to do together.
Yeah, I know. We're just like yin and yang. We're like complete opposites. And
I know.
It works out great. So thank you everybody for being on. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you guys in the course. Bye. Bye.